let's take a look at our top selections.
Race 9 on Saturday at Santa Anita is the Grade 2 Royal Heroine Stakes. Fillies and mares at a mile on grass. It's a very interesting stakes race in which the favorite, I'm not so sure that she has to win this race. It's Charmaines Mia. Let's go ahead and take a look at the field of 7 that entered this filly and mare. Actually, a field of 8 entered this race. And the favorite will be number 3, Charmaines Mia, another D'Amato reclamation project. She was just an ordinary allowance filly in Canada last year, but out in California this winter under D'Amato's care, Charmaines Mia has emerged as the top grass filly, at least up to a mile in the state. And she's good right now. She dominated sprinters first time out in this country, in this state. And then she came right back and won the Grade 2 Buena Vista in a lot more impressive fashion than the one-length margin might suggest. It's more than a one-horse race, however, and I'm going to explain why Charmaines Mia does not have to win the Royal Heroine in just a couple minutes. But first, let's talk about a couple of her main rivals, including the comebacker, number 1, Dog Tag, and number 8, Ipadias Girl. Both of them, well, one of them's coming off a win and the other one's coming off of a layoff. Let's first talk about number 1, Dog Tag. We have not seen her since August at Del Mar. She injured an ankle last year, and then she came back, and trainer Dick Mandello probably would have run her in an allowance race or found an easier spot than a Grade 2 for Dog Tag's comeback. But she is training so well. In the words of Mandela, she's training, quote, unbelievable, that Mandela is going to take a shot. And number 1, Dog Tag, is going to fire first start back. Let's take a look at her most recent win. It was in the Possibly Perfect Stakes last summer at Del Mar, and she pretty much dominated this race. They were going a mile and 1/4, and if you can stay the trip, you can produce a dominating performance like this. This is Dog Tag winning by nearly 2 lengths in a good, solid race. And then when he ran her on dirt in the Clement Hirsch, she subsequently injured an ankle, or maybe she did it in the race. I'm not sure about that, but she had an ankle injury that she has since recovered from, and she is training very well for her comeback. That's why Mandela is being ambitious. Mandela is being quite ambitious on Saturday, running Soothsay in the Santa Anita Oaks, who I like, and also Dog Tag in the Royal Heroine. She's going to have to improve off her form from last year, but she's now 5 years old, and why shouldn't she improve? Five-year-olds, that should be their best career. It should be an improvement actually over their 3- and 4-year-old career. So seasons. So Dog Tag is a contender, and so is the filly on the outside, and that's Ipadias Girl. Ipadias Girl had been away for a long time, from November of 2019 until this March, and she switched trainers in the interim, now trained by Richard Baltus, and the comeback race by Ipadias Girl was pretty doggone good. Let's roll the tape on Ipadias Girl's comeback. It was in an allowance race, and she ran away from the field. She won by more than a length, and it was a good, solid race until you start picking apart the race. By the way, I think that's Laura's Light down on the inside. And Laura's Light was making her first start in quite some time. Yes, it was. That was 4th place finisher Laura's Light, who is back in the Royal Heroine on Saturday, now with the race under her belt. But Ipadias Girl, it was a convincing win. Here's the asterisk that needs to be she needs to have accompanying her PPs, and that is she ran her final quarter mile in 24.18 seconds. That's according to Formulator. That's not a very fast come home time. So I wonder if maybe she dominated because the others in the field just were not finishing very fast. Here's the thing about Ipadias Girl. She's going to get pace to run at, because Charmaines Mia is all speed. So is actually Laura's Light. She's pure speed, or she was last year anyway. Laura's Light is speed that can be rationed. She doesn't necessarily have to have the lead. But Charmaines Mia, she gets it on. She did in her Sprint California debut victory, and she also did it last time out when she and Warren Showtime finished 1-3, and that was in the Buena Vista. Let's roll the tape on the Buena Vista and watch a very fast filly doing her thing on the front end with Warren Showtime coming along late. Charmaines Mia pressed a wicked pace in this race, 45-4, 109-3, and she kept on running, and Warren Showtime on the outside coming along to finish 3rd. Mucho Unusual finished second in the race. Mucho Unusual returned last week to disappoint in a race that did not unfold according to their plans. She finished second at a short price, but she ran okay. Mucho Unusual did. Charmaines Mia and Warren Showtime won 3 in the Buena Vista. Here's the thing about Charmaines Mia. Unlike we talked about going global earlier, running each quarter mile faster than the one before. Well, Charmaines Mia did it in the exact opposite fashion. Here's the interior fractions by Charmaines Mia last time out. She went her opening quarter mile in 22.82. Then she slowed down her next quarter, 23.28. And then a 23.65, followed by a 24.18. Charmaines Mia ran each quarter mile slower than the one before. Now, of course, you expect that when they go that fast, but that's not how a top-class grass runner generally runs. So maybe Charmaines Mia's win last time out, as impressive as it was, considering the early fast pace, maybe she out-staggered everyone else. And maybe with a little bit more competition up on the front end and like Laura's Light, maybe she'll be softened up a little bit, and maybe a filly like Dog Tag or even Ipadias Girl can come along and tag her. Look, I'm not going to talk anybody off Charmaines Mia. I picked her on top. I think she's the most probable winner. But I will say this. In the mandatory pick 6 payout on Saturday, I am not going to have all my eggs in the basket of a turf filly whose come home time is not that great last time out. It was an impressive win, but she didn't finish all that great. So I'm going to say that Charmaines Mia is a potentially vulnerable favorite. As far as upset candidates, well, you know I like Dog Tag because she's going to fire first start off the bench, and we really don't know how good she is this season. And Warren Showtime, I know, I bet on her every single time. One of these times, everything's going to break her way, and she'll get there. She's a Calbred by Clubhouse Ride, and I like her. Okay, there you go. There you have it. Warren Showtime will be rolling late, possibly at a little bit of a price. When all is said and done, they still have to beat Charmaines Mia. They got to come and catch her, and she is fast. She's the most probable winner. I'm not sure if she's the best bet in the Grade 2 Royal Heroine race number 9, Saturday at Santa Anita.